Good morning, people. Um, I'm Cash, owner of Financial Boss. My apologies, I'm a little late this morning, overslept, but still wanted to spend this 5 minutes with you guys. Um, so yesterday we were talking a little bit about budgeting. Basically, with budgeting, like I mentioned yesterday, you have to first start out with what you make, how much you spend on essentials, the staples, the um, permanent financial matters of your month first, like rent, car note, things that don't change. And then you have this beautiful number of what you have left. Um, I'm a personally, I like to pay me first. You know, I don't like going to the 9 to 5 or 8:30 to 4:30 or 9 to 10, whichever, depending on the day. But I don't like going there and only being able to pay bills after that. That's not fun. An occasional movie, sushi day, like I mentioned yesterday, um, is always essential and it helps keep you motivated. In life, it's the motivation that we need. We first have to have the courage. We have to have the conscientious effort, the stick to itiveness to go ahead and continue doing it. But we also need to reward ourselves. So a part of our budget should always be to include something nice for ourselves. And sometimes it's not every week. Maybe it's on a monthly basis. Maybe it's one time a year, like that you go on this fabulous vacation that you want to. Either way, it's really imperative that we always think of ourselves, and whether that's just getting our favorite ice cream for the week or whatever it is. So again, we started learning out about how we take what we have, what we make, right? And that's whether it's a side hustle, whether it is paycheck, whether we're paid on or off the books, whatever it is, like the money that we currently earn, and then subtract our expenses, which is the rent, the mortgage, the gas, the car note, um, kids recital that happens every month, or training, or ballet class, or basketball shorts. All of that stuff that's needed and that must be done each month. And then after that, we have this glorious number of what else we can do. Well, what can we spend? What can we use for us? What can we then save? For the next couple of days, I think that we're going to get into a little bit of vocabulary. So Financial Boss was originally set up, and the mission is to instruct children, instruct students on how to be more financially literate, how to spend their resources better, how to use their resources in an effective manner, of course, to propel them to future success. And so what I usually do, because I've taught small children, the younger children, is we start out with vocabulary words. What does it mean? What does it mean to spend? What does it mean to save? What does it mean to donate? We already went into what financial literacy means, what budgeting means, and I think that that's really important because we tend to, as adults, because of sometimes our poor training or poor spending habits, we tend to look at things very negatively. And so I guess a part of my purpose too is to make you look at money differently, you know, and to not have a negative connotation to it. To not, those of us who at different points in our lives have only spent money on bills, it is disheartening sometimes to even be employed because you don't get to have any fun. And so what I really want to do, like I said, over the next couple of days, we're gonna go into a little vocabulary, and just some definitions, some ways to donate, some ways to spend, some ways to save, so that hopefully it'll create a very bright connotation with money in general and with what you can do with your resources, whether you are making $10 an hour or $100 an hour. Like, it doesn't matter. Either way, the same fundamental principles, right? The same formula. Like I mentioned, I'm a math person, right? So the same formula works for everybody. And if you stick to it, and if you figure out a way for it to work in your life, then like you too could be a financial boss. Like I mentioned to you guys, I'm not a millionaire by far, but I have been able to implement some tools so that I'm a boss over my own finances. And I want that for you. So tune in tomorrow. My 5 minutes are up. Tune in tomorrow. 5 minutes to help get you financially lit, you know, and get you on your road to becoming a financial boss. All right. Y'all have a great day.